Megillah Daf Yud Aleph, how's everybody doing? It says in the pasuk, we're continuing with Darshan Psukim, it says in the pasuk, Banu ba'esh u'bamayim. Ba'esh is referring to Nebuchadnezzar, he threw Chanayim Shal Azariah into the fire. Bamayim Pari threw all the boys into the water. V'atitzienu l'Refuah, because Baruch is going to save us in the days of Haman. Ro kol afsi ha'aretz eis Yeshua Elikenu. Everybody saw the Geula, that's in the days of Mordechai and Esther. Ari Noyam, who's the lion? Nebuchadnezzar. V'doiv shoykek, and who's the bear that growls? That's the Achashverosh, who's a parsi. The Parsim are similar to bears. They eat and drink like bears. They're heavy like bears. They have a lot of hair. They don't have any peace. They run around all day like a bear. Moishel Rasha is Haman. Al-Am Dal, on a nation that's poor. It's Klal Yisrael, the poor from mitzvahs. They don't have enough mitzvahs. This is amazing. Batzaltayim Yimach HaMekara. Batzaltayim is a lotion of atzlos, of laziness. Klal Yisrael was lazy. They weren't learning Torah, and Hashem says, I can't help you out, Kaviyachal. You don't have enough mitzvahs for me to help you. Bekum aleinu Adam, a man stood up against Klal Yisrael, and not a king, a man referring to Haman. Bervois tzadikim yismacham, when there's the tzadikim, a lot of tzadikim that are going to gladden the nation, that's Mordechai and Esther, we say, Vayishushan tzalav samecha. Kimi goy gadol. Klal Yisrael has to realize that in any situation, no matter how down they are, we are the chosen nation. Like it says also in the pasuk, Oy hanisa likim goy, kachas li goy. The word vayihi b'mei Achashverosh, vayihi is a combination of vayihi, a lotion of woe, and in fact, the pasuk that we'll try to sell ourselves as slaves and nobody will buy us was mukuyim in those days. Loima astim, I'm not going to be discussing with you, is in the days of the Yevanim, the Kasdiim, had Daniel and his friends that saved them. V'lo ya'altim, but in Nebuchadnezzar, the Yevanim had Shimon HaTzadik and Chashmonoim that saved Klal Yisrael. The Chaloisam is the days of Haman, and Mordechai and Esther saved them. L'haver Brisi is by the Parsim. Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, the one who wrote the Mishnah, V'chachmi doiros. Ki ani Hashem, I am Hashem, that's in the future, and by the Geula, by Gog and Magog. Im lo yisarishu, Klal Yisrael was punished because Shaul had Rachmanos on Agag, and eventually out came Haman. Kasher di nisi, eselochem, that in fact Klal Yisrael was almost wiped out. Achashverosh is a combination of words. Achiv shel roish, he's a brother to the head, in other words, to Nebuchadnezzar. He acted just like Nebuchadnezzar. Just like Nebuchadnezzar killed Klal Yisrael, he wanted to kill. Nebuchadnezzar destroyed the Beis Hamikdash, he wanted to destroy. In the days of Achashverosh, Klal Yisrael's face became black, so to speak, like the bottom of a pot. Everybody was poor. Hu Achashverosh, when it says the word hu, it means from beginning to end. So you have by the Rishayim, Achashverosh was a Rasha from the beginning of his life to the end. The same thing we find by Esav, Dasan and Aviram, and Achaz. And on the flip side, by Tzadikim, we find by Abraham, Aaron and Moshe, they were tzaddikim from the very day, from 3 years old all the way to the end of his life, and Aaron and Moshe as well. And by David HaMelech, he was an honor from beginning to the end. HaMoilech, Achashverosh, came into the kingdom by himself. Some say that he was proper, he was a proper king, and some say he was Lignai, he paid his way in there. He ruled me Haidu Vad Kush. Some say that it was from side of the world to the side of the world, and some say no, Haidu and Kush are together, but just like they're together and he was able to rule those two, he was able to rule all 127 countries. And the same thing we find by Shlema Melech. He ruled from Tisfach to Aza. Rav Chisda says the 127 countries are extra. It says he ruled the whole world to teach us that he started with 7 countries, then he grew it to 27, and then to 127. Achashverosh is one of 3 kings that ruled the entire world. Achav and also Nebuchadnezzar ruled the entire world. Shleima Melech, who ruled the whole world, is not in this category. He's above them, because he actually ruled the world above, which is the world of Shedim. Sancherib didn't rule the whole world. He was missing out on Yerushalayim. The Yovesh was missing 7 countries. Koresh lied. He said he ruled the whole world, but he didn't. Kesheves HaMelech is referring to when Achashverosh calmed down and he realized you have to calculate, when it says in the pasuk that Klal Yisrael will have a geula, they go back to Eretz Yisrael, and they were very worried. They can't use the kelim of the Hamikdash, they can't do anything to the Jews because they're going to be, and they believed in it. So Belshazzar made a mistake. He figured 45 years of Nebuchadnezzar and 23 years of a Mordechai is 68, plus his 2 years is 70, and then he took out the kelim from the Davis and Kessler. He made a mistake. He died that night. But Achashverosh realized, he said, okay, I need to add another 8. We have to count it from the Gullus of Ichanya. So you have the 1 year of Belshazzar, 5 of Daryavish and Kairish. That's 6, and another 2 of his own. Then there's a big fight between Achashverosh and Vashti, and he killed Vashti. In fact, he had to really add another 11 years for the Churva of Yerushalayim, which was built in the second year. The Beis Hamikdash was built in the second year of his son Daryavish, because between Nebuchadnezzar and Evel, there was a year that disappeared over there, and also another year disappeared by Koresh and Daryavish. Have a wonderful day.